final day of the 2022 gymnastics season. My name is Olivia Karras, here to give you all of the ins and outs of balance beam during this national championship competition. And as it starts right now, your Utah Utes are starting on beam. This is Amelie Morgan, the freshman from Bristol, England, in such an important spot for Utah. Opening it up with a super difficult triple series and absolutely nails it. The Utah Utes were the highest scored beam team on Thursday in semifinal 1. And they are starting on their best event to get things rolling here. They really need to hit big in order to remain in this competition, as every team on the floor right now has a chance to come out of this competition with a national championship. Beautiful full turn for Amelie. She looks so calm up on balance beam, getting Utah started for an impressive showing. Beat jump to side aerial, layout full to a stuck landing. That is exactly what Utah needed to get this competition started in order to vie for that national championship. Quick reminder for everyone joining, we're so happy that you are here listening to the ins and outs of this last day of competition. One of the most exciting NCAA gymnastics seasons in history. We started out with 36 teams in this entire NCAA bracket, and here we are with the final teams on the ground. These teams have worked all season to get here, and finally 4 of them remain, and it is a big deal as we go forward in this competition. Fantastic leadoff routine by freshman Amelie Morgan. What a difficult space to be in general, but for a freshman to lead off this competition for the Utes, that is high praise from her and her team, knowing that they really need to be on for this. Next up on balance beam for the Utes is freshman Grace McCallum. You also might know her as one of the Tokyo 2020 Olympians, silver medalist team member. Grace McCallum has had some ups and downs on balance beam this season, but she was on Thursday, coming out with a 9.8875, very respectable score. And she received her go-ahead from the judge. Lovely candlestick mount. See on the right of your screen, score is in for Amelie Morgan. It's a 9.8875, fantastic score to get things started here. Very difficult double wolf turn for Grace McCallum. Made it look easy, but is definitely not easy. Grace starts off with a back handspring layout, step out. Lovely job staying square on top of the balance beam. You have a really nice view here, head on, to see just how small of a margin of error you have on balance beam. Excellent leap series there from Grace. There's the ever so important view that each Utah gymnast will perform in her beam routine. Just the dismount, it's a cat leap, side aerial full. Oh gosh, almost a stuck landing. I'm not gonna call that a perfect stick. You notice that her chest was not over her knees, which meant that she was leaning backward a bit and lost slight control, which the judges will take a lack of control deduction. But beautiful routine on the balance beam. It shouldn't be a large deduction, but remember, this is the finals. Every single tenth, half tenth, quarter of a tenth matters as we look to crown this year's national champion. Nice pep talk here from your vault national champion, Jaden Rucker. giving our next Utah gymnast, Abby Paulson, some words of wisdom ahead of her balance beam routine. Abby Paulson, the junior from Anoka, Minnesota, has been spectacular on balance beam this year. How good, you ask? Well, she has a career high of a perfect 10 received last season, but a season high of a near perfect 9.975. So Abby Paulson knows how to get this done. She tied for 4th on balance beam yesterday, garnering All-America honors on this event. Very exciting for her. And she receives the green flag go ahead. This is Abby Paulson for Utah on balance beam at the national championship. Very difficult series here. It's a side aerial to a layout step out. Rock solid. Scoring update, score is in for Grace McCallum. It's a 9.875. Very good job moving through this routine so far. She looks so calm. Lovely full turn. These gymnasts are required to meet a certain level of requirements and difficulty in order to start out of a 10, and there is, oh my gosh, it was very close to being a perfectly controlled stuck landing. You notice she didn't quite put her heels together at the end to show full control of the dismount. I'm gonna call that a half stick. She did not move her feet, but she did a very nice job moving through that routine as well as possible to make sure that she didn't give as many tenths away. So 3 gymnasts have competed for Utah so far. Just an update for you on how this all works. 6 athletes compete on all 4 events, but only 5 scores count. That means that if a gymnast has a mistake, a large break or whatnot, a score can be dropped. Every single athlete matters, and that's why it's important that even if you do have a mistake, to make sure that you finish the routine strong, as you never know in gymnastics what is going to happen. Next athlete on balance beam is senior Crystal Issa from Henderson, Nevada. Crystal is the heart and soul of this Utah team. She has a season and career high of a perfect 10. She received a 9.875 on Thursday during semifinal 1. She was a little shaky. Crystal Issa is normally right on it, but a little off in semifinal 1, but starting off strong so far with that candlestick mount, very difficult element that Crystal makes look very easy. Slight adjustment there on that cartwheel she did. Seemingly easy skill, but very difficult as she goes for her flight series. Back handspring, layout, step out, layout, step out. She was a little off. If you notice, we're watching head on just then before the camera angle shifted. She was off, and she did a beautiful job of bringing herself back on top of the bar, minimized deductions. Gorgeous beat jump to straddle quarter. She's moving through this routine beautifully. Just the dismount, back handspring, gainer full. That's a perfect stuck landing for Crystal Issa, bringing it back after 2 landings that weren't quite as crisp as the Utes may have wanted. Score is in for Abby Paulson. It's a 9.9, very nice job. So 3 scores for Utah, very good. Only 1 breaking into the 9.9 area. The other 2 just creeping in that 9.875 and 9.8875. as Kara Eaker, the freshman from Green Valley, Missouri, awaits her turn on balance beam at the national championship. Let's talk about Kara Eaker for a second. She started off in this season hot. Had a little bit of an injury issue that kept her out of competition for a while, but she comes back guns blazing, scoring a season and career high of a perfect 10 on balance beam at the regional final to help the Utes to this competition right here. She scored a 9.9375 on Thursday in the semifinal, tying for 4th on beam. So she can compete in these high-pressure situations, and she really knows how to hone in on minimizing deduction and making sure that she can do her best routine in this moment. Score is in for Crystal Issa. It's a 9.8375. That's a sub 985 score, which is not what the Utes needed. They need to be 9.9 plus from this point on. I am thrilled to welcome the great Alabama alum, Ashley Miles-Grieg. She was over on the vault stream, joining me here on the balance beam stream. Ashley, talk to us about vault.
The energy is insane. Florida did a good job, but they left a little bit on the table still. So this meet is going to get interesting. What's going on the balance beam right now?
There's some good stuff happening, and you came in at a great point. Kara Eaker with that.
Wow.
I know. So far, so good. Only one score in the 9.9s, and that's from Abby Paulson, but I have a feeling that Kara Eaker, so far so good, could break into that realm.
Yeah, Utah is just unbelievable on this event. They're the best.
And they need to be the best in order to start this meet off with a really strong score, and they're doing just that so far.
Now, do they all do that in their routines?
They do. The U is the universal beam choreography as Kara Eaker dismount, tuck full, stuck.
She found the landing.
She found the landing. She hesitated a bit, but she brought it back and got it, and that's another stuck landing for Utah on balance beam. And that is 5 hit routines, which means that whatever Miley O'Keefe does can only benefit this lineup. There wasn't any big mistakes. Crystal Issa was a little bit off, so they would like to replace that 9.8375 with something big, and I think Miley O'Keefe is the one who can do it.
Yeah, from this point on, the scores building is what you want to see in this format, and give that closer the opportunity to go lights out.
Absolutely. So, Ashley, we are in this moment right now. All these teams have worked so hard this season to get here. You start on beam in the national championship. What are you thinking right now? You're Miley O'Keefe, so far so good, but you are the closer right now who can take this to the next level. What's she thinking?
I think that she's thinking, I got this. I mean, Utah is the #1 team in the country on this event, and they've showed it consistently. So I really think that right now she's just thinking, let me just do my job, right? This is where it all comes down to the line. Today, it needs to be there.
It does, and we're no longer saying they just need to get through today. Right now, we are saying this is important, and look how important that was. Kara Eaker comes in with a 9.95, practically carbon copy routines back to back. Talk about consistency.
Setting her teammate up beautifully to go out there and bring this thing home in a big way.
She can do it. She has a season and career high of a perfect 10. The junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, had a walk-off 10 at the regional championships to bring Utah to this competition and make it to this day. So if anyone can do it, it's Miley O'Keefe.
Yep, absolutely. Has that experience under her belt not that long ago. So just another day at the office.
Another
Beautiful
day at the
mount.
office.
I like that.
I love how elegant she is on this event.
Yeah, she's got good style. She just takes her time, makes it from one move to the next, and like she's on the floor. That's what you like to see.
Big moment here.
Wow.
I don't think Ashley and I can explain to you how difficult that is. I mean,
nerves of steel.
Two saltos connected, not using your hands, going sideways then backwards. I mean, and she keeps it going with that lovely leap combination.
And we've got all the angles on our monitor as well from that side. So if she's even slightly off, that's so hard to pull that back on.
So hard.
But she just made it easy. She wasn't off.
lovely and calm full turn, and required element for all gymnasts to complete a turn.
And they also have to be down to the level of the beam at some point as well, right?
That's right. They have to change levels. They have to use the entire balance beam. So you'll notice a lot of gymnasts making sure they hit each end of the beam. And just the dismount here for Miley. She needs a stick. Oh!
She fought for that.
She fought for that.
That might be a little deduction, but she fought for that, and that's what it comes down to.
You know what? I'm going to give that a half stick because it was a stick, but the judges can take a little bit of a deduction on that chest positioning there. But what a showing from Utah to start this rotation off. Lots of exciting gymnastics still to come. Next up on balance beam is Auburn, and you won't want to miss it. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Balance Beam at the 2022 NCAA Championships. I'm Olivia Karras, bringing you all of the ins and outs of Balance Beam in the last day of NCAA gymnastics during the 2022 season. Utah with a lovely lead, a 49.5, 125, a 9.9 from Miley O'Keefe helped put them in the lead, but the Auburn Tigers make their way over to the balance beam in second place in this competition so far. This is a big moment for them to continue their quest for a national championship. Your leadoff performer is sophomore Olivia Hollingsworth from Seabrook, Texas. Olivia has been such a clutch performer for Auburn on balance beam as their leadoff. Lots of noise in this arena. The fans came to play as well, so lots of focus here for Olivia, and she handled it beautifully with that back handspring layout series. Nice switch leap to a switch half, very tricky skill, and she did a nice job of continuing to move through those elements. Connections are very important, and you have to continue moving in order for the judge to give you credit as she performs that very difficult split half, starting sideways on the beam and ending sideways. Just the dismount for Olivia. Side aerial to a full twist and a stack landing that was even better than what she did on Thursday. And on Thursday, she was hot. This Auburn team came to play today, and I'm here for it. Auburn has a season high of a 49.725, such an insane balance beam score. And they received a 49.475 in semifinal 1. So they're capable of big things, and Olivia Hollingsworth is the one that really got that momentum rolling for them. Second athlete up on balance beam for the Auburn Tigers is junior Aria Brush from Cincinnati, Ohio. Aria has a season and career high of a 9.925 and received a lovely 9.85 in semifinal 1. Last minute words of wisdom as we await Olivia Hollingsworth's score. Nice deep breath as Aria Brush is ready to go in the second spot on balance beam for the Auburn Tigers, as Olivia Hollingsworth's score comes in as a 9.8375, so a carbon copy score from semifinal 1. First test here, a front aerial to a split jump. The judges are looking for a little more split position. She was slightly off with her back leg on that split jump. Second skill back handspring layout, step out, rock solid. It's her leap combination, a switch leap into a straddle quarter, a little movement there. She had to slightly adjust her body position, which the judges will deduct for. Not much, but it is a break. Just the dismount left, it's a gainer full. Oh, almost stuck. It looked like she had slight movement. I don't know if it was just her putting her heels together or if it was a little bit of a break, but very nice job by Aria Brush. She's done so well this season on balance beam, and I love seeing her end her balance beam season like that. Lots of excitement in this arena, and these athletes have practiced all season to make sure that they are staying in their zone and not listening to the noise and the excitement happening around this arena. As our third athlete is up on balance beam, Cassie Stevens, the junior from Phoenix, Arizona. She has a season and career high of a 9.95, received a 9.8375 in semifinal 1. And as she's receiving some last words of wisdom ahead of her beam routine, I wanted to remind you all of how this all works. 6 athletes compete on all events. 5 scores count, so any breaks or mishaps won't be an issue if 5 of the athletes bring it and hit their routines. Another important note, as you are seeing some of these funky scores, there's 6 judges, 4 scores count, drop the high and the low, only 4 count. So that's where we're getting some of these more accurate scores, as Aria Brush's score comes in at 9.7875. That will be the score this Auburn team is looking to drop, as Cassie Stevens is on the balance beam. back handspring layout, step out. A little unsure of herself there, had to wobble and adjust. Judges will deduct for that. Split jump to double stag jump, so difficult. She removed her eyes from the balance beam. Now this is a unique skill here. It is actually called the Stevens, named after her, a front toss to her knee, so incredibly difficult, and she connects it to a full wolf turn. Lovely combination there. And just the dismount, a round off, 1.5 twist to a stuck landing. Way to bring it back after a little bit of a shaky routine by Aria Brush. She just had that slight body movement on her series. The rest of it, to me, looked absolutely lovely. This Auburn team has had, I don't want to call it a Cinderella year, because they really have immense talent and have earned every single win, score, and accomplishment this season, but it's lovely to see a team that is ranked 7th break into this top 4 last day of competition experience, and that is so exciting for growth in our sport. Ultimately, we want to see programs continue rising, pushing the limits, and making it difficult for these teams that we're used to scoring very high and making it into these moments, and I love to see that. This is a very special athlete who will be 4th up, freshman Sophia Grove from West Des Moines, Iowa, and there's so much hype in the NCAA for the phenom Suni Lee, who we will see in a little bit, but Sophia Grove has had a spectacular freshman season, and she really doesn't get as much attention as I wish she does, because she has just been unbelievably consistent for Auburn this season. She has a season and career high of a 9.95, received a 9.925 in semifinal 2. As she prepares for her difficult triple series back handspring, layout, step out, back handspring. She was off on that series. I could tell from the way her body was over the balance beam that she just wasn't precisely on and had to wobble. Switch leap there for Sophia. She goes into a switch half connected to a split jump, which was a break there, but she did a very nice job, a veteran move for a freshman to add a jump after that leap, as I'm thrilled to welcome back Ashley Miles-Grieg, who was on vault. How was vault?
It was pretty remarkable. Well, Oklahoma, they got some landings in there. They got 50%.
Well, that's what we like to see. You just came over here for some good stuff.
Perfect timing.
Sophia Grove, that's another stuck landing for Auburn on balance beam. She was a little shaky. Her series was one of those that you see as a former athlete and you hold your chair a little bit, but she brought it back. Little wobble there, but did a really nice job and broke her leap combination, but ended up adding a split jump after it, so she was fine. So we have 4 hits.
Good. Oh, wow. So good for Auburn. And it's funny that you mentioned that, because Sophia Grove, we talked about how she doesn't look like a freshman.
She doesn't look like a freshman at all, and she did such a veteran move there by adding that split jump. She needed that, and especially knowing the Aria Brush sub 9.8.
Okay.
So there is some definite room for improvement, and these last 2 athletes are ones I would put up there if I were in this
They're
position.
fun to watch, yes.
Yes.
Only 2 athletes on this Auburn squad have competed in the postseason.
That's crazy.
This is first for all of them.
That's crazy.
It's unbelievable how well they're doing. It's just so big.
It's a big deal, and next athlete is sophomore Gabby McLaughlin. As you just said, Ashley, she has never competed in a postseason environment like this before, and the sophomore from Irving, Texas has really done a great job this season on balance beam. We actually talked about it the other day, how much we enjoy watching her, and that she doesn't necessarily get as much hype as the other balance beam workers in the country, but she deserves it.
Yeah, and the way she works beam and does her progressions and connects her skills and is just so calm up there, I think it transfers well to this type of situation. That confidence is just going to be there.
And that's good to know, as they need it right now. She has a career and season high of a 9.975, just shy of that perfect 10. and received a 9.9 in semifinal 2. So if she can put up that 9.9 right now, they could use it as Sophia Groth's score comes in as just a 9.8.
Okay.
And she is ready to go. Gabby McLaughlin on balance beam for Auburn at the National Championship.
Wow. Big smile at the end of that because she was slightly off
A little bit.
and didn't connect it like we usually see her do. So I think a little bit more time. So the judges may take a little bit there for that connection. We'll see.
Very nice beat jump to side aerial. Super solid so far.
Nice full turn. No problems there.
Switch leap, straddle, quarter. Little shimmy there. Did you
Yes.
see that? That was fun.
Look at me. Just the dismount left for her. See if she can get another landing for Auburn.
They really could need a big stick here. Oh!
Just a little hop.
It was teeny. It was teeny. The rest of the routine was really well done. It wasn't her absolute perfect routine we've seen in the past, but I do believe that that will beat out Aria Brush's 9.7875, and hopefully our next competitor, the queen, Suni Lee, can put up a big number as we know she can and make sure that they bump up a bit.
That's right. She is the NCAA champion on this event. So if anybody can do it, it's Suni Lee.
And that's right. You just mentioned that, Ashley. She is the NCAA beam champion, crowned on Thursday. She had a 9.9625.
Wow.
So with 6 judges, 4 scores count, she received some perfect 10s, a couple 9.95s, but that's extremely impressive from a panel of 6 judges.
That's right. It's hard to come by those 9.9 or better scores because there's so many eyes, and I think that's why they do that, to create that separation from what is truly extraordinary to what is just well executed.
Absolutely, and the judges do sit in a little bit of different spots so that they have slightly different angles, see as much as they possibly can see. As we don't have instant replay in gymnastics.
That's right. So you got to pay close attention.
You do, and it's extremely important as Gabby McLaughlin, her score comes in at just a 9.825.
Okay.
So some pressure here.
Maybe some nerves from this young Auburn squad a little bit.
Absolutely, and that wouldn't shock me, as you mentioned, Ashley. This is very new for a lot of them.
Yeah, and Coach Graber talked about that throughout the entire year. He was like, look, we've worked so hard to get to this point. We've got a young squad. We only have 2 members that have actually been in this environment. And for them to do what they've done and be here, this is as far as they've ever gotten in this format. So, I mean, kudos to Auburn for just really, bringing a show every time they come. But, of course, Suni Lee. So wherever she goes,
the
people
crowd
follow.
As she gets the green light, career season high, perfect 10. Not much else to say about this athlete besides get ready to watch pure brilliance.
And enjoy. Here's that wolf turn.
Lovely.
So much debate about that skill amongst former gymnasts.
I can tell you right now, you won't catch me trying that one.
Me either. Nicely done.
Absolutely rock solid. Triple series, forward to backward.
And no question whether she kept that going. Ooh. A little check there.
A little check, very minimal. She did lift her leg off the beam though, which I believe is a flat half-tenth deduction.
It'll be a small deduction.
But she gets on and off real quick with this back handspring, gainer full dismount to a stuck landing. So just that small little bobble.
That's the way you want to close out the rotation.
Very nicely done by Suni Lee. She just has nerves of steel, and we saw that right here. Definitely will be a higher score than Aria Brush's sub 9.8. They will have to count the 9.8 from Sophia Groth, which wasn't exactly what they wanted, but Lee will definitely put up a big score.
Yeah, that's going to be a big number. She just has the ability no matter what. She doesn't give much away.
Absolutely not.
It's going to be so fun to see where the standings are at the halfway point after the second rotation.
Absolutely, as we're just waiting for her score. But Auburn is done on balance beam. They are halfway through this competition. Stay tuned. The next team that will come to balance beam is the Gators. So keep your eyes peeled. We will be right back. Welcome back to Balance Beam at the NCAA National Championship. My name is Olivia Karras, here to bring you all of the inside scoop on Balance Beam during this championship. We are in rotation 3. We just left the Auburn Tigers, and the Florida Gators have made their way over to the Balance Beam, and we are starting off with one of the greatest gymnasts in NCAA history, and that is fifth-year senior from Marietta, Georgia, Megan Skaggs. Beautiful wolf turn to open up this routine. Quick stats on Florida on balance beam, just so you know how good they are. Their season high is a 49.75 set at the regional final to help the team make it to this competition. And on Thursday at the semifinals, they received a 49.5125. Important test here, back handspring layout step out series, like walking on the ground. Front aerial, beautiful. The way she finishes each movement all the way through the tip of her fingertips is so impressive. Cat leap to switch side, absolutely pristine positioning in the air on that split. Just the dismount for Megan Skaggs, side aerial, layout full. Oh my goodness, almost a stuck landing. And she's a fifth-year senior, so that will be her last beam routine ever in her life. And I can see the emotion in her. I know she knows she has one event left on floor exercise, but I can see her soaking it all in, and that's just a magical experience to watch greatness. Megan is the 2019 SEC champion, and she received first team All-America honors on balance beam just on Thursday. So she truly has used this final season of her career and really, really left a mark on Florida as well as the NCAA as a whole. As we wait for the score for Megan Skaggs, up next is freshman Sloan Blakely from Frisco, Texas. Sloan has a career and season high of a 9.95, received a 9.9 in semifinal 1. Excuse me, semifinal 2 she was in. Sloan has been up and down on this event. As just a freshman, she has amazing international experience being an elite gymnast, but it's different competing in college. And Sloane Blakely is up on the balance beam. Scores in for Megan Skaggs. It is a 9.9. That's definitely what the Gators were looking for to lead them off. Front aerial, 2 back handspring steeries. Very difficult to keep that movement going, and she did exactly what she needed to do. Switch leap, switch half. Oh, love how confident she is in her arm movements to show exact precision in that skill. Just the dismount for Sloane. It's a side aerial to a full twist. Ah, hop backward. They really need to dial in on these landings. Both Megan Skaggs and Sloane Blakely had the slightest adjustments on their landings, and those small little deductions, they add up. Ultimately, this meet is going to come down to the last routine, and Florida has to hone in just a little bit more on those landings. Regardless, fantastic routine on the balance beam. Just as a freshman, she has really done a great job of staying in the moment. Your next balance beam competitor for the Gators is the great Alyssa Bauman, 5th-year senior from Dallas, Texas. Alyssa has quite a resume in balance beam work in her career. She was the 2018, 2019, and 2021 SEC beam champion. So 3-time champion on balance beam in the SEC. That is a remarkable, remarkable accomplishment. Some wise words from other Gator great Trinity Thomas, who we will see later in this lineup. Score is in for Sloane Blakely, as you see on your screen, a 9.8625. A good number, not perfect. They really want to be in those 9.9, in that 9.9 range, as Alyssa Bauman is up next. She was a little off on Thursday, and by off, very, very minimally not perfect. Alyssa Bauman is a brilliant beam worker, has scored numerous near perfect 9.975s, and she just seemed a little shaky, but not right there. Excellent job on that back handspring layout, step out, so tight in her body position. Picture perfect leap jumps. I hope someone took a picture of those leap positions, because wow. Front aerial to a beat jump. Now this is the Alyssa Bauman we know. She is so confident attacking this balance beam routine. Side aerial, so gorgeous. Just the dismount left. They have yet to have a perfect stuck landing, and Alyssa can do it. It's a round off 1.5. No, so close. It was very minimal. It was absolutely positively the teeniest shuffle of her left foot, but regardless, all of the hugs in the world for this fantastic athlete, finishing her last beam routine of her career. Big sigh of relief, and does she deserve it? That's for sure. Big hug there for Alyssa Bauman as we await her score. Next athlete up on balance beam will be freshman Leanne Wong from Overland Park, Kansas. Leanne has had an outstanding freshman year with the Gators. career and season high of a near perfect 9.975. Scored a 9.8625 on Thursday in the semifinals. Score is in for Alyssa Baumann. It's a 9.9125. Very well-deserved and accurate score for that beautiful balance beam work. Switch leap to a leap, a little shaky, nothing too big. She just looked a little off to me. Back handspring layout, step out. That's a perfect landing. That's exactly what the judges are looking for when they take a 0 deduction. Beautiful full turn. Leanne has such lovely posture on balance beam. Difficult element here, a switch ring. Slight adjustment there. Dip in the left shoulder, nothing major. Front aerial, very nice, and thrilled to welcome back Ashley Miles-Grieg to the balance beam. Ashley, how was vault?
It was not as good as Utah did in the semis. Unfortunately, they had the lead coming in. They didn't get a lot of the landings, and they had a fall on the anchor spot.
Oh, and so, it looks like that right there. Great routine on the balance beam, an under-rotated dismount for Leanne Wong. Under-rotated means that she didn't get enough punch, juice, etc. to land in a perfect position and had to put her chest down and hop forward, which will be a deduction for the hop and the under rotation.
And you see that a lot in this postseason with so much on the line. She's fighting. They're fighting for every single landing, solid on vault, you know, as well. So you really just have to be the same. It's a lot easier said than done. Very
much easier said than done. And when we talk about going for sticks, what does that mean? That means that you want to find that stick position perfectly, which may mean opening a little earlier, which may mean using a little more energy, and that is very tricky.
Well, we know somebody that knows how to stick landings, don't we?
We sure do, and luckily for us, she is up next. This is your reigning 2022 all-around champion, Trinity Thomas. I honestly don't have much else to say about her besides GOAT, legendary, and amazing.
Yeah, it's almost like when she mounts the equipment to this point, everybody knows how good she is. She scored a 10 on every event in her career. Also this season, so you just almost just want to watch and enjoy when she gets up there.
Which we are honestly lucky to be able to watch Trinity Thomas.
And can we just say like a moment of appreciation for the blue hair? I mean,
absolutely a moment of appreciation for the blue hair. Trinity Thomas, the fantastic senior from York, Pennsylvania. Career and season high of a 10, 9.9375 in the semifinals. She's the only gymnast with first team All-America honors on all 4 events in the regular season, and she received them just on Thursday, winning floor and bars and the all-around. Man,
that's what you call an all-around athlete.
That is what you call an all-around athlete. Scores in for Leanne Wong, a 9.8375. Not as high as we had seen. That's because of that dismount, but scores are good besides that. And here comes greatness. So far, so good for Trinity. I love that mount, connecting those 2 elements. Talk us through this one, Ashley. Here she goes for a series, a difficult one.
Probably one of my favorite parts, a one-arm back handspring to a layout step out, just flawless. You know, most people use 2 hands. Trinity just says, I'll just do 1, that's fine. I'll show off a little bit.
Right.
Really good floaty front aerial, but she had a little bit of a mistake there. You see, she was supposed to connect that skill with that one.
Great thinking on her toes.
Yep, great thinking to just take her time and just adjust and make that micro adjustment during the routine and into her splash. I didn't forget about the splash.
You can never forget about the splash.
Not a backhand spring swing down, it's
a splash. Side aerial full to a hop backwards. There have been no perfect stuck landings for Florida on balance beam. We're not talking big mistakes. We're talking mini shuffles, tiny hops like we just saw from Trinity Thomas, and those tenths add up.
That's right. Meets have been won and lost by 25/100ths of a tenth. So it's so important that you just don't give anything away if you can help it. I'm telling you. This is turning out to be, I think, exactly what we all wanted to see in this format, with these teams out here fighting in the fourth rotation, with it being the opportunity for any team to win.
Absolutely. And quick reminder on how scoring works. 6 athletes compete, 5 scores count. So that 9.8375 by Leanne Wong is definitely going to be the one they will want to drop. And Trinity Thomas absolutely outscored that.
Yeah.
We have one competitor left, and that's senior Leah Clapper from Ann Arbor, Michigan. If Leah can go lights out, which with a career high of a perfect 10, we know she can, she can help erase that score and bump the Gators up a little bit, which they could use considering how hot OU and Utah are looking.
Yes.
Score is in for Trinity Thomas, a 9.9. So great job thinking on her feet, making that adjustment she needed to do. No need to risk anything. She knew exactly how to handle that.
Ooh, this is getting interesting.
I'm sweating up here.
Me too. I can barely sit still.
Me too. I have the jitters, that's for sure. All right, we have a salute from Leah Clapper, the final Gator gymnast on balance beam. And man, what's she thinking right now?
I think she's gonna have fun. This girl, she's a beamer, right? She's used to this pressure spot. She's the anchor. She's so strong on this event. We saw it in the semifinals. I think she's just gonna go out there, have fun, be normal. They talk a lot about being normal, like not going above or beyond, just doing what you know how to do.
I love that.
She's gearing up for her flight series here, and it's a beautiful one.
Triple series, very difficult.
Layout,
Wow.
classic. Big smile.
Love her smile. So nice to see that beautiful balance beam work.
One of the few athletes that has either a big or a semi-smile plastered on her face throughout the entire routine. I just love it.
I love it. It's so great.
Good position. Good combination, no question whether or not that was connected.
And we've seen some over-split performances, Alyssa Bauman for one example, but she did a nice job of hitting that position and just the dismount. Oh!
She was like, nope, I'm not moving my feet. I have a little bit of arm swing, but I'm not moving those feet. That's
so
a
we'll
stick.
give her that stick.
That's a stick.
Just so you all know, the judges will deduct for the arm swing.
But that was a stick.
But her feet did not move. Their feet were glued to the ground, and we absolutely love to see that. Brilliant work by Leah Clapper. That will absolutely outscore Leanne Wong's sub 9.85. So third rotation done. The Gators are headed to floor. OU comes in the lead right now, and they're coming over to balance beam. The make or break event. This could be exactly what they need, or it could cause some problems. Stick around. OU will be back momentarily. Welcome back to the final rotation of the 2022 season. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oklahoma finishing up their storied afternoon so far on balance beam, and they're led off by the great junior from Oklahoma City, Jenna Dunn. The entire season comes down to this last rotation. Oklahoma has a 2/10 lead over the Gators. And Oklahoma is fantastic on balance beam. Triple series by Jenna Dunn. Absolutely rock solid. Split jump straddle half. Very nicely done. She did a great job hitting those split positions. Nice work from Jenna Dunn. She has a career and season high of a 9.925, and hop backward on a gainer full. I haven't seen her take a hop in a while, and she did a fantastic job. Let me be clear, that beam routine was a lovely lead-off routine. Did exactly what the Sooners needed in order to stay on top in this final rotation. That is one hit routine down, and they just need 4 more great routines, and for their final routine, their 6th routine, they definitely need a lights out routine. Lots of excitement in this arena as head coach KJ Kindler giving Olivia Troutman some last words of wisdom, a big deep breath for her. Olivia Troutman, the senior from Champlin, Minnesota, battling an injury here and there this season, but my goodness, has she come back in the postseason with an absolute vengeance. Thirsty to help this OU team to a national title, and she has done such a spectacular job this season with just that. Season career high 9.925, received a 9.9125 on Thursday in the semifinals. All right, score is in for Jenna Dunn. It is a 9.85. Absolutely not a bad score. A great score for the leadoff performer, but they are looking for 9.9 plus only if they want to stay on top in this competition, as Florida is going lights out on floor. Beautiful full turn for Olivia as she prepares for her first big test, a back handspring layout, step out. Solid on that landing, so tight in her core, which allows her to maintain her body positioning directly on top of the balance beam. Cat leap, switch side, very difficult landing sideways on the balance beam. Front toss in a pike position, really nice work working through that. Just the dismount left for Olivia Troutman. They didn't get that stick from Jenna Dunn, so she needs it here. Oh! Olivia Troutman with a spectacular balance beam routine. Big hug from KJ Kindler. She knows that was national championship worthy. Big hugs from her team as she got the job done in the second spot. Next competitor for the Sooners, sophomore Kat Levasseur from San Antonio, Texas. Kat has had an absolutely breakout sophomore season. Season and career high of a 9.975. Received a 9.9 in the semifinal. She has come into this beam lineup. She came in a little bit later in the season, but has really made some noise on the event. So consistent. As we await the score for Olivia Troutman, Kat Levasseur has been given the flag, and it's in for Olivia Troutman, a 9.9. Exactly what the Sooners needed to remain at the top of this competition. Okay, Nice full turn. Flowing through this routine very nicely. Big test here, back handspring, layout, step out. Slight shoulder dip there, the teeniest bit off, but showed no signs of overreaction. Switch leap to straddle quarter, very well done. Acro element here, a front aerial to a beat jump. So far, such confident balance beam work, and that's what you would expect from this brilliantly talented Oklahoma beam team. Just the dismount for Kat Levasseur. Back handspring into a gainer full. To a stock landing. Now that is back-to-back perfectly stuck landings for the Sooners. Exactly what they want to continue this momentum moving forward. Bravo, Kat Levasseur. Such brilliant balance beam work this entire season. So 3 routines done for the Sooners, and they have 3 of their best athletes yet to go. And this young lady next up, sophomore from Frisco, Texas, Audrey Davis, is such a pleasure and a joy to watch all across the board, but her balance beam work is so much fun. She has a career high of a 9.95, almost met that this season with a season high 9.925. And talk about consistency, she has not scored below a 9.825 this entire season, so she knows what she needs to do to get this done. Lots of noise in this arena as Audrey Davis has been given the go-ahead. Beautiful, unique mount sequence here, showing off some flexibility and creativity as Kat Levasseur's in with a 9.9. Audrey starts off this routine with her required full turn element, very nice. Big test here, back handspring layout, step out series. Nice job. So much focus and confidence this young woman is showing right now. Cat leap to a front aerial. Oh, beautiful body positioning. Jump to difficult split ring. Excellent job. That split position was gorgeous in the air. A difficult dismount here for Audrey. It's a round off double twist. She just needs to find that landing. Oh! My goodness! She hopped a bit in the semifinal, but not today. And Ashley, welcome back. You are in for a treat.
I'm right next to you. I heard it. What's going on?
My gosh, Audrey Davis with a picture-perfect balance beam routine. Jenna Dunn started 9.85. They have 2 9.9s, and I think Davis should go above a 9.9.
Okay, so OU taking care of business is what you're saying over here.
OU is taking care of business. There's a lot going on in this arena right now, but man, is Oklahoma not letting down at all whatsoever.
Put their foot on the gas in this first rotation, and hopefully they don't take it off.
That's
I'm sure that's
right.
what the goal is.
So Carly Woodard is going to be 5th, the 5th-year senior from Overland Park, Kansas. Career high, season high, perfect 10. On Thursday, she received a 9.9125, and they could use that right now.
They really could. Oh, how exciting.
This is crazy. And, you know, you hear the cheers in the background, and Florida is going lights out on floor.
Yeah.
But Oklahoma, who had a 2:10 lead going into this rotation, is definitely keeping pace. So the question now becomes, Carly Woodard will be Carly Woodard, do what she can do best, and then Reagan Smith is last, and I don't know if Florida will be able to catch them, but score is just in for Audrey Davis, a 9.9375, and
wow,
man, did they need that one to stay on top here.
Yeah, there's something going into that last rotation in this situation with the lead. It definitely gives you some cushion there, and then for them to be hitting like they are, wow.
So Carly Woodard on the balance beam for the Sooners. And Ashley, this needs to be perfect.
Yes, absolutely. You know that only 5 scores count, 6 athletes get to go, but if you can get solid 1 through 5, that definitely is going to leave some breathing room for the anchor on that event.
That's right. Difficult series. Woo! Side aerial, back handspring. Were you watching from the back?
I was, and yeah, I thought she was a little off.
Yeah? Wow.
But you didn't see it.
I did not see it. Front toss to beat jump. Pristine. I mean, like, picture perfect, beautiful.
Calm and grace under pressure on balance beam. It's a beautiful thing to watch, folks.
It's a beautiful thing. Lovely scale there showing her flexibility. Switch leap, split jump, beautiful
I would
job.
have liked to have seen that first switch leap a little bit higher on the front leg, but I'm just being nitpicky because, I mean, she's so perfect everywhere else. So you got to call it like you see it.
You have to call it like you see it, and so far this has been near perfect. She really needs a stick. Wow. That is,
she is pumped.
Carly Woodard's final piece of gymnastics we will ever see, and
yeah,
I don't know if she could have done it quite better.
Yeah, just the emotion you see from her right there. I mean, just
wow.
Again, that's the last time that we're gonna see her.
And we came into the arena earlier, and we were standing over by balance beam, and before her team came in, she was standing there at the end of the beam, visualizing everything.
And I guarantee you, this is what she was thinking about.
She was thinking about
feel?
this right here, this moment. So we will await her score. That's 5 hits for Oklahoma. Ask me if I'm shocked. I mean,
no. Reagan Smith can breathe now.
Reagan Smith can take a deep breath, but definitely still needs to be fantastic because I'm peeking my eyes over on floor, and Florida is not giving anything up.
Yeah. They're going lights out over there, we think, folks. So this is going to come down to the wire for sure.
It definitely is. So Reagan Smith, the junior from Louisville, Texas, career high 10, season high 10, all that fun stuff. Semifinal received a 9.925 as she takes a big, deep breath.
There's a lot going on in this arena, folks.
There's a lot going on right now, and as Trinity Thomas just finished a perfect floor routine.
Yes, oh my goodness. Okay, right. Reagan, this is a moment right here.
This is a moment. Score is in for Carly Woodard, a 9.925. Check out these scores. So right now, Oklahoma has a team total. They're at a 198.0875. And that's with Jenna Dunn's 9.85. So if Reagan Smith can get a 10,
yes,
and we know she can get a 10.
She can.
They will bump up a 10th and a half.
Yeah, wow. Here we go.
Here we go.
I had to remind myself to breathe and imagine what Reagan's going through. You hear the cheer in the background as she does her flight series, and
back handspring layout,
nerves
step out.
of steel.
Nerves of steel as you likely hear the cheers in the background. Trinity Thomas just got a 10 on floor.
But Reagan is still very much in between in her beam routine.
Beautiful
solid
front aerial.
Yep.
Beautiful. Tricky combination here.
Splash. Straddle half. Back handspring swing down. Splash. This is impressive what Reagan's doing up here right now, folks. She is so focused, so zoned in on this moment.
And she is just gearing up for her dismount. The last piece of gymnastics Oklahoma will do in this competition. Back handspring, gainer full. Oh my goodness.
Wow, lights out.
Oh my goodness. As she jumps on KJ Kindler in heels.
Yes.
She jumps on KJ Kindler in heels.
I don't think KJ was ready for it.
I don't think KJ was ready for that, but I don't know. I didn't see anything wrong with that.
Yes, I didn't see anything. That was amazing.
Absolutely
Yeah.
beat out Jenna Dunn's 9.85.
They're going to be able to drop that score.
The question now becomes by how much and if Florida can chase Oklahoma. And I don't know the answer to that question.
We don't know, folks. We don't know.
Wow. I mean, wow.
They're waiting anxiously. Look at the Sooners right now. They want to see what that number is so they know.
And I
where
can't
they
imagine
stand.
it'll take the judges very long to put a score up, considering that was perfect in my eyes.
Yeah, that was huge.
All right, so we see some numbers. Remember, 6 judges, high and low dropped, average the middle 4. So we only see a couple, so we can't tell you what the score is until it is in the system, as the Sooners are standing there together holding hands.
However, last competitor of the meet is going right now for Florida on floor. Oklahoma is anxiously awaiting to see what that number is.
They're waiting, and it looks like we don't have it yet.
9.9625.
9.9625.
625.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Near perfect.
That's unbelievable.
So Oklahoma's already in the lead. They just got a score bump. Florida lights out on floor.
Yep.
We don't know if they can catch them or not, but the Sooners in their huddle right now are looking pretty confident. But stick around for the award ceremony to crown this year's 2022 national champion. Thanks for being with us. I'm Olivia Carius with Ashley Miles Grieg. See you later, skater.